Hey guys, welcome back to another Total Carp Fishing TV video. Today we're back on the bank and we're talking all about safety whilst you are fishing. So let's get into it. Often as carp anglers we find ourselves in weird and wonderful places all around the country, and sometimes it can leave you in some places that might feel a little bit more uncomfortable. Now the product that we're looking at today is the PIR system from Wolf, and essentially this gives you peace of mind whilst you're fishing on the bank in those areas that you might feel a bit more uncomfortable. So what do I actually mean? Well, the PIR is a device that is motion detecting, so if there is any movement in the area that you've placed it, it will send a signal back to your hub and it will make a loud noise and give you a warning that something is there. Now that is exactly what I mean by peace of mind whilst on the bank. You can place them in various locations, whether it be just down the path or maybe near your van or wherever you might want to put them, and then it will trigger the hub if any motion is sensed around that area you've placed it. There's been situations for me where I definitely would have felt more comfortable knowing that my surroundings were monitored during the night time. So let's take a closer look at exactly how it works and what it does. So in the box itself, you actually get two of the PIR systems, so you can place them at two different locations, and then you also get the hub receiver, and this is where all the feedback comes to. This will give you quite a loud and a sharp tone and a vibration depending on the volume settings that you've put it on to alert you which PIR system has been triggered. So what we'll do is we'll show you exactly how to set it all up, and then we'll show you how it works. So the PIR itself is quite a small device. It runs off AAA batteries, and then you've only got one button on it, so it's really simple. The on button is right on the front, and that's how you control all the settings on it. It's also got a magnet on the back, which means you can stick it to the magnet that comes provided, which is rather handy. So firstly, to turn on the PIR, you hold the button down for 4 seconds. And what it will do here is go into a setup mode, and you'll see a series of flashes on the PIR which will gradually speed up. And what you need to do at this point is keep still, keep out the way of the motion sensor, and it will set up automatically. There we go, the colour has changed on it, so now I can turn on the hub. So this PIR is actually already paired and synced to the hub itself. So I'll quickly show you exactly what happens when motion is detected on the PIR. So if you have the volume set to just vibration only, what you'll get is a vibration, and you'll also get the LED that matches the PIR light up on the hub itself. Then using the arrows, if I press the up arrow, we can set it to a slightly higher volume, and what will happen then, we'll get an alarm tone, which is quite alerting and would definitely wake you up if you were mid-sleep. This is also a good feature for actually scaring off intruders. I know if I was intruding into someone's swim and I heard that noise, I'd be straight out of there. So the hub has 4 different volume settings. You've got vibrate, level 1, which is already on, level 2, and then 3, which is the loudest. And this gives off a really loud tone. I won't do it now because there are a few anglers on the lake I'm at. To pair the PIR, it's really simple. All you have to do is click the OK button on the hub itself, select a channel that isn't already picked. So you can see that I've got 3 here that don't have anything on because of the red flashing LED. And what I need to do here is hold down the mute button until we see a blue LED. That blue LED will then flash, and you can do exactly the same on the PIR system. So you hold the PIR system button for 8 seconds, and what you should see is a flashing blue light. When that's flashing, let it go. So we can now see that these have paired and it's now on the 2nd channel. What happens when you pair a new device, you will actually get an audible tone through the hub itself that lets you know that it's been paired successfully. A couple of other key features about the PIR itself is you can change the sensitivity depending on how sensitive you want the reaction to be. So you double tap the on button and that will change the sensitivity from either low, medium or high. A single press of the on button on the PIR will actually change the colour of the LEDs itself, and this automatically syncs to the hub. So if I wanted to choose a nice light blue there. That will automatically change on the hub itself as well once it's reset. And this way, if you have multiple PIR systems around, you know exactly which one has been set off by the colour on the hub. As you can see, that's been set off and it's now blue on the hub, and I've not done anything. So earlier on I mentioned the magnet on the back of the PIR itself. Now this is a really handy feature because it means you can pretty much put it anywhere. In the box you also get the rear magnet attachment and also a tripod mount. So you can put this basically on a bank stick or tripod, whatever you want to put it on, that has the same size thread, and then you can attach the magnet directly to that mount, which will then attach to the PIR. So you could place this in multiple different locations. If you've got a bank stick, you could quite easily put it back in the rushes or out of the way so no one can see it. Or you can also get a different mount as well, which screws into wood. Now this is quite a cool feature because it means you can put it in a tree, you can put it out of the way, and realistically no one's going to notice it unless they're looking for it. Another neat feature is that if you already own a hub or a QR receiver, these will connect directly to them, which means you don't have to buy the separate receiver itself. So if I quickly turn the sound back on, you can actually globally mute everything from the hub itself. So a quick tap of the mute button will show a white LED, and then any motion detected on the PIR, you'll still get a vibration on the hub, but it won't give off that loud noise. And a double tap, you'll then see a green light, and that means that the hub is back in normal sounding mode. So you'll get that sound again. So to summarise the PIR system itself, what you've got is a motion detecting sensor, which you can place in multiple different locations depending on where you want them, and then you've got the receiver that will alarm you if motion is detected. Now if you do purchase the whole system itself, then you do get this nice hard carry case, which is perfect for protecting them whilst in transit. Now a few of the key points to mention as well, the hub actually has a range of 1 kilometre. That's a really long distance, so say you're having to park quite far away from your swim and you wanted to put one of the PIR systems in your van or near your van, then this will still pick up that signal and alert you to any movement. They're made with waterproof components, so you know that if they do happen to get wet, if it's raining outside or you accidentally drop them in some water or whatever it is, you know that they're still going to work after. Both have battery level indicators, so you can check before your session and you know whether or not you need to change the batteries. However, they do have really good long-lasting battery life. The whole system that I've got here, so that includes the hub, the 2 PIRs, and then the little bits and bobs that come with it, including the carry case, comes in at £420 RRP. In the instance that you've already got yourself a hub or a QR receiver, you can buy the PIRs separately. If you do want any more information at all on any of the specs, then please visit Wolf's website, which is www.wolfint.co.uk.